Okay.
Excuse me. You had a lot of hot singles coming out. Like what's that song?
Cole, Drake, and Kendrick era. If you consider Cole, Drake, and Kendrick, and I'll push it back a year to 2010. No, because that was the summer.
He said,
hold on.
You got something against Wiz?
It's just, I hate that song Black and Yellow, bro. I hate that.
You remember the first album of Drake and the first album of Cole dropped that same summer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The difference is Drake had more A-list producers and features, and Cole budget really wasn't that. I think he had Mr. Nice Watch, and Jay jumped on that,
which was a great song.
And then he had a track with I think Missy. Missy did it.
Nobody's perfect.
To me, that quality of that album, hands down, was way better than Drake. And to me, it put Drake at a level of like a status. Like, this is if this gonna be your first album, this is the best we're gonna get to you. Like, I haven't really, some people get into Drake. He put a lot of tracks,
but you can't really compare Drake and J. Cole. They kind of two different types.
They came out the same year. They first album.
But as far as rapping though, you're not really going to Drake for like some real thoughtful bars like J. Cole drop or Kendrick drop. Like Drake more of a fun, let's have fun, so, more of a poppy type of rapper than those two guys are. Yeah.
I guess, man, I was probably looking at like more of a superstar status. I think Cole.
Oh man, yeah, they all superstars though. So
yeah. So, man, okay, you said that.
So can you say those some of your inspirations, or people that you kind of you like or you listening to?
Yeah, I love J. Cole, man. J. Cole is a huge influence, but like I used to be a big fan of Drake before he started singing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when Drake started singing, I didn't have no problem with that, but it was kind of hard to really maintain, like, as an artist, it was kind of hard to maintain that, you go hard type status. But Drake, he in his own lane, man. He's in his own lane. So I love Drake.
I feel like, though, when he first came out, it was more about the bro. I think he was more trying to prove himself a little bit more then as far as like a rapper. But now, he had a couple songs that hit with him singing. So now he's just trying to get the bread more. So, you can't follow anybody for trying to make their money,
Yeah, man, I think Drake is kind of like Beyonce, like it's against a man code to listen to Beyonce, but when you really listen to it, you like, damn, she got a good hit. The same thing about Drake when he's singing. It's like, you don't supposed to be listening to this dude all day. You know what I'm saying? And next thing you know, he like, he got another hit, and then he got another one, and then damn, he got a good hook, and then he'll hit you with a bar too, and it's kind of like you'll get lost. So, dude, I mean, I guess, but man, it just, I don't know, man. Some of his tactics, though, I'd be like, all right.
I don't think I never listened to a whole Drake album.
You can't. I ain't never listened to but you can make a whole Drake album. You can just like his hits. Yeah. So, what you think about Wayne album?
Well, before I get on Wayne, I'm gonna just go ahead and drop the bomb and say I think Drake is great when it comes to being relevant. Because you look at how when he came in the game from like 2010, his name has not been unmentioned since 2010.
That's true.
So he's a great artist when it comes to being relevant. But Lil Wayne came out with what's his new album he came out with the Kendrick verse on it.
Mona Lisa.
Not Mona Lisa. What's the new album called? The Carter 5.
Yeah, the Carter 5.
Yeah, he came out with the Carter 5, and I didn't get a chance to listen to the entire project, but I know it's some heat. I've always been a Wayne fan, you know what I'm saying? I've always been a Wayne fan. Because it's like the way he raps is like, there's a punchline after every punchline.
Yeah.
And it's abstract, man. It's funny, true. But it's deep when you think about it.
That's true.
So, yeah.
But I guess it's enough about everybody else's project. Let's talk about your project.
Yeah, man, yeah. Not 14 Dunkerville is my freshman album, of course. And the process of making the album has taken at least 9 to 8 months, but I've put a lot of time, a lot of writing, a lot of editing into this project. Yeah. And, it's just about a broken home.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So at what point did you realize, hey, I might be able to sell this here? Because, a lot of people rap, a lot of people play with play with freestyling or whatever. But at one point, you take it actual seriously. What made you take it serious?
When I released my single Insecure, and some lady told me, man, my daughter, 9 years old, my daughter listens to your music and only your music. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, really?
Because Insecure took off. That was like.
So how'd that come about?
When me and Maria B, when we made the feature, or when we made the song back in the summertime, because the song had been done. The song was like made in the summertime around the same time Nappy Head the Israelite was created. But we just never put it out. And so when I dropped it in the fall of, I believe I dropped it in October. When I dropped it, everybody was like, dang, man. Like, they just kept quoting the last 4 bars, like, insecurities come from broken wishes. And that's when we knew, you know, the Garden Studios and my team, Prince of King, that's when we knew we had something golden, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's real cool. So tell me about your creative process. Like, how you get in your zone?
Honestly, just being by myself. I think being by myself is the best way to get my creative process. Like, when I'm in my car alone, or
that's really your trap on that video.
Say it again.
That's your trap. The little 2 to 100. Okay.
Yeah, that's
so that's actually your car, right?
Yeah, it's an Acura, ain't it?
Yeah. No. That's a 1998 Chrysler Sebring LX.
Oh, the Sebring.
Yeah, Sebring.
Okay.
That's funny.
Hey, you know,
that's
back in the day,
yeah.
like when I was in high school, it was a couple cats had the Sebring. They had came up.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They came up with the Sebring with the drop.
Yeah, with the drop top version.
Yep. Well, you had that leather in it, though. Yeah, that peanut butter with that red, that wine.
My mama had the same car before I was born. That's crazy.
For real?
And it's the cover art of Mama You Did It. So, you know, I think that's kind of smooth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay. You mentioned Mama You Did It. Tell us about that song, cause that's a pretty heavy one right there.
Thank you. Mama You Did It is like, I'm gonna go on record and say to everybody, that's not intentionally to be, oh, this is the best single off the project. That wasn't my purpose. The reason I released it is because that song itself speaks for the entire project. And when you listen to the end, the interlude that I put on the end, I was talking to a young dude. You know, I went over to my manager's house, who's also my girl, and I was walking outside, and this like 8-year-old kid, 9-year-old kid walked up to me, black kid, walked up to me, and he's like, what's your set? And he looked at me, and he was serious. I was like, what you mean? I was out in Oak Cliff. And he's like, what's your, he was like, what's your set? And I was like, I got out my car and I walked towards him. I was like, man, don't you come at me like that.
Hey man, nah, you know, shout out to Oak Cliff, man. hold on now, cause like what subdivision, man? You know you was in, cause
I don't
was
know
you really in a subdivision? Or was you really in an urban area, Oak Cliff?
It was an urban area, Oak Cliff. It wasn't Oak Cliff.
Shout out to Kenny Reeves, man. Oak Cliff for the culture, man. They trying to make it better, but go ahead.
And when he walked up to me, when old boy walked up to me, you know, I had to correct young brother and tell him, that's not something that's cute, man. It's not something that we should attach manhood to in our community, because we've attached colors, gangs, you know, anything that seems to be gangish, you know what I'm saying? We've attached it to our culture. But I tried to explain that to him, especially prison. We believe that if you go to prison, get tattoos at 15, you know what I'm saying, lose your first virginity at 12, you a man.
Yeah.
And 2 things I want to take away from that is prison and gangs, man. Why do we have to feel like you have to go to prison to be manhood?
Yeah.
Do you know the negatives about even being, number one, being black and then going to prison? You know what I'm saying? It's like when you go to prison, it's free slave labor, man.
Yeah, you being exploited. Yeah,
the cost that it takes to make toothpaste, because I broke that down in the interlude. The cost that it takes to make toothpaste in the average world in the prison corporation is 15 cents per bottle. So they got you slaving off, and you only make about a couple 5 to 10 cents per bottle. So you're getting paid low money to do harsh work.
Yeah. So
it really is prison. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm trying to tell our people, man, it's not the best place to go for a young dude. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
But I think, you know, go back to what you were saying about, you know, what's said red, blue. You know what I'm saying? I think things got foggy because, you know, growing up in the 80s, and, you know, no one ever asked how did red and blue get to the South? How did red, you know, like, you know, you from the Midwest, so it's always been VDs, you know, Vice Lords, folks, you know, Gangster Disciples. You know what I'm saying? You kind of know, like, listen to, you know, people back in the Chi, you know, it was order to it. It was Chiefs, you know what I'm saying? It was corners. You know, people don't really ask, like, well, how did it get to the South? Or why are they ripping them colors and it's a West Coast thing? And it's kind of like when I say the west side of the Mississippi talk. So when I was younger, man, you know, they used to hit the train. So, like, you know, the block get hot out there. You know, shit, they coming from, they bringing their culture here off the train. They ain't flying. You know what I'm saying? They get off, it may be about 3 or 4 of them. They ride for 3-4 days. You know, blue, you know, they get locked up. Like my cousin, he got locked up and got into some boot camp in Arkansas from Cali. Shoot, he come out, you know what I'm saying? He passed that knowledge to like 6 or 7 other brothers, because it was more like a brotherhood. It wasn't more about getting in trouble. It was all about inspiring, and I think it gets distracted because of the attention of the color and the violence that went along with it.
But you got to think about the people who are actually bringing that stuff here. You know, it was a reason why you wasn't staying in California anymore, where you was. You know what I'm saying? You probably wasn't the best representative of your organization when you came. You know, so stuff get twisted. That's a big thing, because I mean, there were gangs, and even back in the 80s and early 90s, but I think the code was a little bit different back then as far as like what you was trying to accomplish and why the gang was formed. And everything has just gotten twisted to a point where we glorifying niggas who get shot. Like what kind of glory it take to get shot? It's easy to get shot, just get caught slipping. Right. But now if you get shot, people think like you done went through some ordeal and you tougher than somebody else just cause somebody put some holes in you. What kind of sense does that make?
And I think we have like kind of and agree with you saying killing in prison. You said two ways how it's affecting us all the way around, but it's capitalizing the money market. Cause look at the cash flow. Mm-hmm. You shoot, you kill, you send them to prison. That means the people that make the guns and the people that own the private prisons, who probably make the guns, are getting all the money.
And then you got to think about it like this. Like, shout out to Raheem Devon. You know, he shouted me out a couple days ago. Yeah, I sent him some love, man.
Dude, hey, you ever go catch him at the Super Lounge? I promise you, dude. Hey, New Orleans Essence Fest, man, he tear it up every year. I'm talking about it's just like one good setting and he just go hard.
I love Raheem Devon, but shout out to him, man. He actually made so many songs. He made a song about the prison corporation, and he said in one of these songs how they're taking the schools away, the school systems away, and replacing them with prisons. Yeah. And I agree entirely with that. You go to any community, any urban community, and you see a small amount of school systems, and if it's not a small amount of school systems, the education is not as where it needs to be when it comes to curriculum. Like, I used to live in suburban areas, like in Rockwall. Mm-hmm. I know for sure when it came to testing time, those people were serious, man. Yeah. I mean, they gave us snacks, water, rubbed our shoulders if they had to. When it come to Duncanville, man, nothing personal against Duncanville, but it's like, it's a different environment. The students get treated like prisoners in the hallways. You know what I'm saying? And then when it comes to the testing, it's either you make it or you fail. If you fail, that's your fault. Yeah. There is no correction on how we could have helped you.
Yeah, no accountability. Right. Yeah, I understand that.
Let's go a little later. Like, why, like you just said, like, wow, your mind was totally focused on the test and none of your creativity that you currently doing. It was just a test. Man, I think they just need an operational, like they need to do better. All education systems, and the ones that do better than normally be in better like suburban or up and coming, high income areas. It's because they see the bigger picture. They like, man, we need to help the teacher with some of their operations that's going on. Like, we need to streamline some of their processes. Like, if they need iPads to get notifications, or if they need to send out, email campaign, let's give them those tools and that technology, and to help them be more engaged with the students in class, whereas I don't think like lower or bigger, like let's say some of the main places, like there's really people that's putting their funding into sports. Mm-hmm. Duncanville, Cedar Hill. Exactly, man. You know what I'm saying? So the money's there, right. But when they cater to they branding more about sports and football, or whatever, they not really seeing the bigger picture of how to, streamline their operation system to help the teachers, as well as helping the admin staff, because the admin staff got to think about process improvement and project management, where necessarily they need to really focus on the structure of the big things of the school, where the teachers need to be focused on they need to be focused on teaching the child, as well as they should have the support that they need, and they really have to spend a lot of time researching their support and implementing their support.
Man, for you to even say that, it's like you got to think about it as well. The parent-teacher conference is one thing for the students to be held accountable and the teachers, but the parents need to be held accountable as much as the teachers. That's true. Because you don't see in the black community a lot of or taking seriously a lot of parent-teacher conferences, man.
And and that's a thing though, because as a parent, you got to realize you guys have the power, because you guys put these people in the position to be in office, whether it be a superintendent or whoever. Right. So if you lay back and you let them be laid back and be lazy at their job, that's what they're gonna do. I mean, and that's something in the black community we all do. I bet you if you go to a community where it's predominantly Indian or Chinese, and you go to a parent-teacher conference or a PTA meeting or something like that, that place is packed. You know what I'm saying? And they got questions. They got serious questions, and they got an idea of where the curriculum should go.
Right.
As opposed where black people, we just think, well, you know, I send him to school, you know what I'm saying? He's supposed to learn, you know what I'm saying? But that's not really how it works. You have to really be involved in your school to get your kids what they need to get out of school, you know?
Totally agree. So, like, and those are some of the functional things that the parents need to be taught. Yeah. Like they need to understand that they still need to, you know, learn as the child learn. You got to learn like triple, because you got to learn your everyday functionality, how to raise a kid, as well as how to walk with this kid through school. And sometimes, like, you know, diet, you know, like one thing I don't like is how they want to already immediately put these kids on some type of medication just to pay attention.
Exactly.
And it comes down to, go on talk.
Yeah,
you
why
know
you
what I'm saying?
like
you over there like,
I mean, you
know, like,
the conversation
but,
you are here.
Yeah, so,
yeah,
go on, say how you feel about it.
I was just going to say that's true because
pull that mic a little closer to you.
There you go. So, I had ADHD, and my mom would put me on like pills and patches like to make me pay attention in class, but that never worked. So I'm like, I don't understand. Like, she thought that putting me on medication was gonna make me pay attention.
Well, y'all gotta understand as well, the same pills that they use for ADHD are the same chemicals they cook up for cocaine.
Yeah, methamphetamine. So it's supposed to make you pay attention, as well as, I mean, my thing is, it's getting you addicted to something that, you know, that's grown-ups is using, you know, but it's small doses. So if you get used to, you know, trying to concentrate, you know, I don't know, we getting addicted to drugs, and it's like they ruining a generation. Right. Instead of using natural ways, like, granted, getting your butt whooped in front of, you know, students wasn't the best approach that my mama did. Wasn't that necessary? But I was acting up. I called the teacher, Black MF, Mofo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He said, what? He said, all right. He called my mom, and, you know, she did her thing. But I remember I was bored in class. Like, it was just all the kids was running around.
You was bored in class, so you just,
I wanted to get everybody attention. I wanted the attention on me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That was totally wrong. And I think now it's like, I asked, like, my wife, she's a counselor, she's an educator. She's more than a counselor. That's the role she has now, but she's an educator. And I definitely asked, like, how they diet plan, like, first. And she like, some kids come in here with a Mr. Big K with a big drink or something in the morning time. She said, it's children that drink coffee. You know what I'm saying? But you got to think, they parents may think, well, I don't want to put them on the drug. I just give them some coffee so you can stay attention.
I don't know if that's a smart thing to do.
I totally agree. I totally agree.
If you got a kid who a little hyperactive or high strung, give him some coffee, probably ain't gonna help that situation.
I know.
I mean, you have to get back to the old roots. Like, shout out to my mom, man. When you watch this, man, shout out to you.
Your mom's gonna watch.
We appreciate that.
But, you know, one thing you have to understand. It was one thing you have to understand is my mom would prepare me for school when I was like 10 years old. You know what I'm saying? There was always breakfast on the stove. I'm talking about hash browns, eggs, bacon. You know what I'm saying? I don't eat pork now, but it's like, I think back to that and I appreciate that, because when I went to school, I didn't have a, you know, empty stomach. I was able to focus. Granted, I was hyper. I was still able to focus.
Yeah.
I wasn't hungry. You know what I'm saying?
So you got a pretty heavy mindset for somebody 19 years old. Do you attribute that to your mom, or how'd you come about that?
Yeah. I want to say half of it comes from my mom, man. Half of it comes from my dad, and then of course just self-seeking knowledge.
Okay.
Like I love Malcolm X. Okay. Malcolm X is a huge influencer for my career, as far as me as a person, as far as the way I think, and just my moves I make, man. You know what I'm saying? I believe in his after philosophy, after he came back from Mecca. I believe in that philosophy.
So, like, a lot of people in the music industry ain't thinking like you think right now. Do you feel any type of pressure or any type of, like, anxiety about, well, maybe people ain't gonna feel me, or maybe people ain't gonna get my message, or
man,
so?
Not at all. Not at all, man. J. Cole just said on the last song that he featured with Rhapsody, shout out to Rhapsody, he said, I'm kind of heartbroken because these kids don't know nothing about Malcolm. And when he said that, I was like, oh, so Cole is put on too. You know, you got Jay, who I feel like is a very influential person. You got Nipsey Hussle, you know what I'm saying, is a very intelligent person. So there's no pressure from me. I feel like the more ignorant people act in hip hop, the more irrelevant they become over time. Knowledge will always stay, prevalent.
Hey, makes
So
sense.
yeah.
What do you define ignorance in hip hop? Just, and you can touch it light, you can touch it heavy. Just what do you define, like when you be like, either it's audio or visual, what their content that they're putting out, like what do you find like, ignorance? All right.
I ain't gonna say no names, man. I ain't gonna really.
It's okay.
Substance.
It's unspoken conversation. You can name
you know what I'm
names.
saying? Like it ain't no names. You know what I'm saying? Because
I could get signed by Cole tonight. You know what I'm saying? And something could come up. You know.
Nah.
But when it comes to some of these artists out here, like there's this song called "I'll Take Your Man." You know what I'm saying? I ain't finna say their name.
Yeah.
That's some nasty shit. When I heard that song,
Now,
that's
hold on. Now, that's
downright
dope.
nasty song.
You guess what? Yeah,
man.
it's nasty,
Like,
but it's needed for the culture.
No,
See, that's what I was gonna ask.
If it's the way, like, I mean, from a women's standpoint, you got to look, man.
No.
Like, okay, so picture like just constantly like never heard of like female beef or female competing for a spot. It was just like, oh, Queen Latifah dropped something. Oh, MC Light dropped something. Oh, Salt and Pepper came through with this.
Mm-hmm.
And then you hear about, Yo-Yo. And then when the Brat hit the scene, to this day, you ever listen to the first album of the Brat?
Mm-mm.
Man, go back and listen to the first album of the Brat, all Jermaine Dupri beats. Don't nobody really give her homage, but they be like, you know what I'm saying? Of course, Nicki now, but everybody forget about the Brat. The Brat went totally hard, and then it comes with Nicki. And it's all how the money flow, man. I'll come back to the money.
You got to be honest, man. It's the difference between selling out and knowledge. People gonna receive knowledge. It's like water and Coke. You know this Coke bad for me. But that water, I'm gonna drink that, endlessly every day because it's gonna make me live longer.
Right.
When it comes to this society, man, people love bullshit over truth.
Yeah.
Like that song, "I'll Take Your Man." You got to be honest with music. Music changes people's lives. It makes people move a certain way, and it makes you think. The girl who even made that song herself said her intentions was to make a woman think, if I can come in your house and fuck your man while you walk in and watch me doing that, I've already won. When I heard that, I was like, that's an evil ass chick. Like, I'm like, man, come on. Like, why would you think like that?
But I guess that's a form of self-expression though. So you don't feel like as an artist you should be able to express yourself in any way that you feel?
I feel like you can express yourself in any way, but I feel like there's a wrong way to express yourself and a right way. Like if you say, no offense, like if you tell your teacher, you black mother, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a bad way to express.
Right.
But if you say this black mother, you know what I'm saying? That's a different way. You know what I'm saying? So,
that's true.
Yeah,
that's
man.
true.
Yeah, man.
That's true. So I take it you don't bump Migos. You ain't got no Migos.
Nah, Migos go hard. Migos go hard.
Yeah. Hey, man. I have got lost in Migos, man.
Migos do go hard.
They talented. They talented, man. And another one is crazy, man. Lil Uzi Vert, my guy, man.
Oh,
and my boy,
he's out here.
you don't like Lil Uzi Vert, man? Lil Uzi Vert on that
G-Herbo,
on that G-Herbo track, he went hard. It was like an old school Who Run It beat by Juicy J. Hey, he came in hard, like real hard.
I've never heard, like I don't got nothing against Lil Uzi Vert. It's just I've never heard him spit bars before, man.
Yeah.
And that's what I look for in an artist. But it's like at the same time, what really turns me off about him is this guy's always talking about some hellish shit. You know what I'm saying? Like something that's demonic. I'm like, bro, like why?
And the same thing, does Kodak Black, is he demonic? I mean, he say like what you call that rap stuff. He'll say, pull up on the demon on God. Like it's kind of like play on words or something.
But
I ain't no rapper, so I may not put that shit together.
The thing about okay, so what I like Kodak Black, first of all.
I know, right? It's
but
the Z shit.
the way he talk about it is more of a like I feel like he just like, this is my experience more than like this is what I'm glorifying. It's a different thing than like, okay, this is where I came from, this is what I did, as opposed to you just glorifying some shit that you probably never did in your life. You can look at Kodak Black and tell that nigga was doing all the shit he's talking about in his song.
Right.
Like, but as opposed to some of these other rappers, man, you you like you already look like you 12, and then you like 5'1", and you like, I'm just gonna tattoo something in the middle of my forehead. Now I'm a G. You know what I'm saying? That's I don't know if there's as genuine as Kodak come off to be. So it's just like when I listen to like old school Memphis rap, like a Project Pat or a Juicy J or something like that. Like the bars might not be equal to other rappers or something like that, but you can tell that what they talking about is stuff they lived and stuff that they went through, and it's a more of a genuine feel. So I might vibe with you a little bit more, even though you talking on a lower level than I might normally listen to. I can tell it's a genuine level. So being real says a lot or accounts for a lot in anything you do. So that's the difference when I hear some rappers as opposed to other rappers. Like, I like Future. I think Future knows exactly what he is. I'm a hood nigga. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. I'm finna tell you all types of hood shit.
I mean, it's even the same thing with like Gunna or you know what I'm saying, Lil Baby. Like, I haven't heard too much of Lil Baby, but you know what I'm saying, I love Gunna. Like, Gunna go hard, man. Like, when it comes to him, like you said, the artist has to know what they represent. I feel like most artists today just be jumping on a lot of controversial shit to make them famous. Yeah. And that's what makes you whack. Like, when you just jumping on something weird, you know it's weird, and you know it's not seen as much, and it's going to make you famous, that's when you know you a sellout right there.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I think that whole Lil Uzi Vert thing when he did that burning that Bible thing, he knew that was going to get him some clout. Yeah. And, it may have been the weirdest clout that he knew, but I don't know, man. I think that crap is weird, bro. I think that is weird.
Let me ask you about something else. What do you think about like female rappers?
They dope, dude. I got nothing against no female rappers. Okay. All female rappers, like, shoot, Cardi B go hard. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna get too deep in that though. Queen Latifah go hard, man.
I got
MC Lyte go hard too, man.
Yeah. OG Nia Lee, you ever heard of her?
Nah.
OG Nia Lee, she hard. Like, she really hard. Like, it's just. She actually was on Love and Hip Hop New York before Cardi, but she was like, man, she used to be. I think there's people she intimidate people. You know what I'm saying? Like, she got a cut. You done seen her. She got a cut across her chest, but she literally her bars, like, I'm talking about stupid. I'm talking about I think she from the Bronx or somewhere. She nice. Rhapsody nice.
Yeah, Rhapsody. Shout out to her.
Hey, man, if you ever go see, I think she's from, everybody think North Carolina, but I think she's actually from Asheville. Bro.
Nah, it's Raleigh. I think it's Raleigh.
She's from Raleigh?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, all right. Well, yeah, Raleigh's pretty cool. I went up, I had a buddy up that way. But go visit the Carolinas. Like, if you ever get a chance to really, take your passion and really think about your scheduling with your spoken, I think you say you do spoken word poetry. But you do rapping now, right? Okay, yeah. Just go over there and visit the Carolina, especially go to GHO. Go to North Carolina GHO, the greatest homecoming on earth.
Okay.
Check it out.
Speaking of passion, okay, so tell us about like hardships in making your music and actually being famous, because it takes a lot to be famous, and sometimes you're gonna have to make some kind of sacrifices. So, like, how can you make sure you're not selling yourself out at the same time, making sure you're gonna appeal to everybody else? Like, talk about that, like your choices in the music and the moves you make.
Well, there's two things to do that. I mean, when it comes to sellout, a sellout is like a hungry man. He'll make anything to get known. Yeah. But I believe that there's genuine artists who make good music, good singles that everybody can bump to. Like, Power Trip from J. Cole is a real experience he's went through. What's that song? Swimming Pools by Kendrick Lamar. Yeah. He was talking about his addiction to alcohol. Yeah. Songs like that have good melodies, good relatability, and also, a good story is what blows you up versus I got bitches, I got hoes. Like, when you do something like that, you know what I'm saying? You know for a fact you reaching in your bag for something you can't find. Yeah. You're doing it on purpose. So on 914 Duncanville, what you can expect is a majority of singles, of course, but at the same time, these are things that I've went through. And even if they're not considered a single to the average person, it's still something that you can ride to or something you can still listen to. Okay. Because it has a story behind it. So that's what we deem as selling out, when you just try to make anything that sticks. You know what I'm saying?
So your album, is it a continuous story or is it a collection of stories?
It's a continuous story from beginning to end. Okay. Yeah.
So what made you come up with that concept? Was there something you like, this is how my first album gonna be from the first time you thought about the album, or was that just something that came to be?
I just write. I just started writing about, what I felt, and I was writing about what my dad did and what I found out. And then the more I wrote, you know what I'm saying, I just wrote about how I felt this day and how I felt that day. And I ended up writing over like 22 songs. And I chose like 16. It was originally 10. Then I chose like 12, then 14, now it's 16. And that's the final amount, you know what I'm saying?
So why the other songs get excluded then? if it was 22, why not all 22? What was wrong with the other one?
Some of those songs, I feel like they were very personal, and at the same time, every person feels like something is just like their beginning stage. So it's like, nah, I ain't gonna put that out. I know it's a little too corny. So yeah, so it's like,
okay,
it's something I keep personally for me, know. But the rest of the 16 songs are something that I feel should be heard, and something I feel is very crowd, catching, of course.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. So what's the favorite song off the album right now?
Man, either We Just, it's a song she can sing. She can sing,
really?
So
hey, we can't tell because she ain't said a word.
Nah, man. She shout out to Ty, man. She's my manager, dude, singer. She do it all. But you know what I'm saying? It's a song that we made called We Just. And then another song is either Insecure or I Hope, featuring Norwood. So yeah.
So it's being your lady and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all vibe together like that.
Man,
so her being able to sing.
Course,
so
man, of course.
So tell us about that though. I want to know about that because I didn't know at first. That's pretty interesting.
Floor's all yours, man.
Repeat that one more time.
Tell us about y'all relationship, how y'all vibe together. I mean, both of y'all are musically inclined, so that has to be an interesting situation when y'all alone. So just let us know about that a little bit. I just want to know how is that? Y'all just breaking the song, just in the middle of the day.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
I done showed her already that I'm the king of R&B. You know what I'm saying?
That's what you did?
Yeah,
you done showed her?
I showed her. I done showed her that I go hard with these vocals. Because she think she go harder than me because she can sing. But I can hit no too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So,
I showed her what I
If I
can
could
do.
rap, you'd be dead
right
now. You lucky I can't.
I can hit the notes.
So y'all have a singing contest in the house and stuff?
Yeah.
All right, he got a little something.
Well, I do want to. I want to ask some. When you was just talking about, your process and your creative process on this album.
Yeah.
As you move, through, this industry. Right now, I'm assuming you guys are independent.
Mm-hmm.
When offers do come and business decisions are needed to be made, based off your platform, will you be willing to give up some of your creativity? And I mean, like,
that's a heavy question. I appreciate you for asking that.
Yeah.
They say the first contract that an artist signs is the first contract he signs because it's the first thing that's come to him. No matter what the contract is, he reads over it and he signs it. Now, with me, I've been signed before to a label, and I'm not going to diss them because I don't believe in, talking mad shit about a person, but it just wasn't a good opportunity for me. Even when I did read the contract, people can sign something on some paper and mean something else in their heart. Just because you sign something on the paper don't mean you write in your heart.
Yeah.
So it was something I had to back out of, and it taught me a lesson, though.
Back out? Or you said you signed, and how was you able to back out?
I left. And how I left is there was a breach of contract. There was supposed to be, I'm not going to talk about that on air.
No. Good that you read enough.
Yeah.
You read enough to understand it was a breach where you can, because, that's really, good knowledge. You know what I'm saying? That's good stuff because, to figure out a way to get out of it, to continue to still, do your creative process without that over your head, that's a plus. That's a plus. So
yeah, when it comes to like any artist, I look up to Master P and J. Cole when it comes to how they conduct business. Like Master P, I think it was signed to RCA Records. When he first came to them, he said, "Look, I got everything I need. All I need is your platform. I'll give you 15% of royalties and I'll keep 80." And I don't know how they really went about that. I don't know if they like that or not. But just seeing that is smart because as the artists, we do all the work. Yeah. All they doing is publishing our stuff and getting us views. So why the hell would they take 50% of our creativity, our time, our mastering, our lyrics, and try to equate themselves to us as if they worked on the song with us?
Yeah.
And that's why you still pay for the expenses out of your 50%,
exactly. Correct? And then they pay you a small amount. Like the amount crazy amounts that I've heard that artists are getting signed to is even $10,000. And some artists blow that within 2 weeks, man. And after that, you got to make all that back for them plus interest.
Man, $10,000 don't go a long way.
So hold on, they getting signed and like. Give me an example of a $10,000 deal with you, or probably like a 3 album. They'll do like a 2 album or something like that. Is it like a mixtape, or is it just, man, if you do these if I can promote this one single for the next 6 months, I give you $10,000?
It's different. Every contract is different. I was signed for two 2 albums, but you can have a dude sign for like, probably 2 albums in a mixtape and get paid only like $13,000 or like $10,000, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And blow that all within 1 week and owe them interest. Yeah. Plus, at the same time, he would only make 15 cents off of $1 from his album sales. So he getting screwed in the ass all the way. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Yeah. Wow.
All the way, dude.
Well, how you setting yourself up where you can probably? I think Master P was at Priority Records.
Yeah,
and
he
he was able to learn it because he did go to university. He got an MBA from Houston. Mm-hmm. So like, how are you based off that model, which is probably one of the most successful models? But with the time now, I guess, how are you using your brand to probably mimic that type of model? So when you do go to maybe some type of distribution, let's say iHeartMedia, and you're like, hey, this is all my content. You know what I'm saying? I have this right here, X amount visuals. I have this amount audio. I already got release dates for this day, this day, this day, and I'm also got a new venture that is going on. What can you bring to the table? Like, asking like iHeartMedia and Sony, like, what can you bring to the table? Because I'm willing to, discuss X amount.
Social media.
Okay.
Social media. That's it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We live in a different era where back then in the 90s, it was hand to hand, mouth to mouth. Hey, bro, buy my CD, bro.
Man.
Buy my CD, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Selling out the trunk.
I can slide in your DMs. I gotta get my CD.
Send them a link. Boom, boom. You know what I'm saying?
And even if you don't look at it, I can tag you in my video. You know what I'm saying? I can be on you 24/7 when it comes to like put my music out.
Yep.
And so when it comes to today's generation, bro, it's just social media. Social media is the biggest asset that any artist can use if they know how to use it right. Promotion is a big thing. Yeah. You can drop $100 on promotion and get your stuff across like hundreds of thousands of people, bro. Say Cheese is good with that. You can put your music on Say Cheese and make money off of that. You know what I'm saying? Off of streams. Because once somebody sees your song on Say Cheese, where they going? Spotify. Yeah. And Spotify, if you're set up with TuneCore.
Hold on, what is Say Cheese? I'm sorry.
Say Cheese Media. You're not familiar with Say Cheese Media? That's a platform invented by Sean Cotton for young, aspiring artists. Mm-hmm. And it was produced, I believe, out here in Fort Worth. And pretty much it helps artists reach a broader span of people. Like once you get reposted on their page, you can get up to thousands of fans, thousands of viewers. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a good business move.
Okay.
Yeah.
So speak about some local artists that you like. Not the ones that's famous right now. That's getting the buzz, but the ones that you done seen out here, and you like, damn, he nice though.
There's a lot. I'm gonna go on record. I don't know if they really mess with me like that, and if they don't, it's cool. But I love these dudes. Like I love B. Anderson. I love John Doe. This guy named Matt Swagnew. He left California. That guy's dope as fuck, man.
For real.
I love Coach Tev. No ID. There's a lot of people I love out here, man. Dallas is just like. I've learned to really come.
Is it a new No ID or the producer No ID?
It's a new No ID. It's a new guy.
I like it.
How is he marketing that? Like, how far do you think he can go?
With No ID, I don't know.
No, sure you know what I'm saying from that perspective.
I'm not sure if he knows about the producer. I'm not sure.
I can feel you. I can feel you. He might not know.
He may not know, bro. But even then, you know what I'm saying? Legally. Because I believe there was a court case with Dr. Dre where it's like some doctor wanted to sue him like that.
For real?
Yeah, I heard something about that. Like some doctor named
Well, I guess I can ask then, so what No ID means then to him? Because No ID means the No ID is Dion spelled backwards.
He's from Louisiana. So everything they spelled out in Louisiana is, I believe, N-E-A-U-X instead of N-O. You know what I'm saying? That's how they spell No.
Okay.
So I don't know what it means to him, but that's just his name. No idea.
So that may it may be a different content behind the code.
Mm-hmm. So like, you got any upcoming collabos or anything like that with some of these guys?
Yeah, I have a song coming out with a guy named TG318, and then The Vibrant just recently sent me a song he wants me to get on. I'm not gonna drop the name of course because he's working on a project, but you can expect a collab with me and The Vibrant. So yeah.
So like, how do you meet these cats? Are you out here? Are you just like performing like at shows, or how do you come across new people?
You did ask. Yeah, he asked about. He asked about. You asked me like, do you know any young artists? Like, I want that. It's like where? Like where? Mm-hmm. Yeah, where they at?
Social media. In social media.
no. Well, I mean, to go hear their music. You know what I'm saying, and really feel where they are. Like, is it deep? Is that deep?
And I'm gonna be honest with you, man. It's like, it may sound simple, but when I say social media, I'm serious. Like, every single person that I found off of social media live in the city of Dallas. And I've seen these dudes on, multiple occasions. They've seen me. We rock, we link, you know what I'm saying? We talk, and then we go about our ways. most of the people that I've met out here in Dallas, you either find them at the Deep Ellum shows on Thursday or on Wednesday. And if you don't find them on that, social media. You know what I'm saying? It's just that simple. Really is, man. These dudes be out here. So
Cool.
So what else you do besides writing and rapping and shit?
You ain't knocking on the Ace quick cash every day.
Looking in the window and shit.
Yeah, you can't be doing that shit every day.
Nah. You know, I'm trying to get my singing lessons up. You know, I'm trying to come with Jayquees because I'm tired of him talking.
Oh, so you feel?
I'm
trying to get your arm in.
I'm playing, bro.
You gonna be out there like, don't this look like a Gucci jacket?
Nah, bro.
They gonna like, get your ass on. I'm just joking.
Oh man. You know, it's either writing, rapping, or you know, if I'm not rapping, I'm doing hip hop research. Like I'm a huge fanatic.
So you think you're gonna actually do an R&B album? Should we be looking for the R&B album?
Or is it something?
Maybe.
Nah, I'm not gonna do the R&B album, bro. I think the most I do is you know,
just little humming,
bro.
just little harmonizing.
A little Kid Cudi humming, man.
Oh, okay, okay.
But yeah, man.
I mean, cause I feel like, you know, I missing partner. I think he could do some background vocals for you if you need like a partner. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, that's it. Shout
out to Source, man. He like to sing too. Yeah, we was gonna have y'all battle rap, but I think he got scared. That's why he didn't show up. Yeah, that's probably what it was.
Well, shout out to him, man, because I probably would have lost. If I would have lost, then hey, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? It's a blessing. But shout out to that dude,
man. Yeah. I did. Oh, man, you just said a comment, man. Like, how do you? Now you can go back to the creative process, but how do like words, rhyming words? I mean, to me, that's a real skill set. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I'm saying? To come up with something to make it flow. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you should have heard him in here 30 minutes ago trying to flow.
Oh yeah, Marcus. Yeah.
I wish I had recorded it.
Yeah.
I had them bars. You was over there mixing hard though, man. You was over there. But man, you know, like me, I think of like when I put stuff together, it's more like a puzzle. Like I gotta take this piece to match this piece to line it. But when it comes to like rapping, it's like people like, you know, and you know, shout out to, you know, the artists in the AR, you know. It's like you just give y'all a lot of words, just a lot of letters. Mm-hmm. You know, my wife is like this too when it comes to play on words and writing. And y'all can just make a line in a sentence. It's like y'all know how the subject-verb agreements and the pronouns and how to add this. And I think, I don't know, you have to think that way. Like, and it takes like time and practice. And something you said about Malcolm earlier though, that I wanted to say, like Malcolm, I see Malcolm really does inspire, you know. And how did you absorb his content? Was it a lot of reading, or was it visuals, or was it audio?
There's a lot of reading. A lot of people used to ask me at my high school. They was like, bro, how did you change? I would be reading books right in front of them. That's how I changed. You know what I'm saying? Like it would be, there's a book called From Babylon to Timbuktu, which talks about, you know, the black Hebrews coming to America. Nature Knows No Color, and then Two Babylons, which are 3 books that I love. Just a lot of reading, bro. I think history is a huge asset. Aside from mathematics and the English language, I think history is very huge, and people don't take that serious.
Yeah, and I think you go back, like, I don't know if you ever heard of like the little tiff between Booker T. Washington and W.E.B. Du Bois. Mm-hmm. You know, and when W.E.B. was kind of like, and I think we kind of living in this era now, and I really think back and be like, when did we really see it? And this is what Jordan come in at. W.E.B. was like, man, we need to idolize our own, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, put this person on a pedestal, look up to them. Like, why are we looking up to the Greeks? Why are we looking up to them? Them they folks. Facts. You know what I'm saying?
But like, when you talk about the Greeks, a lot of their stuff they got from African culture.
Yeah, then it go back to and then when you research it, go back to that. But you know, Booker T was more industrialized. Is what I'm saying. And he was like, oh no, we just gonna this they system. Oh, we just gonna prove to them that we can beat their system, and they gonna have to give us a reward. And you know,
that's corny.
Yeah. But we had to go through. So we went through the industrial. It was the industrial system. So that's what he was looking at. Like, man, we prove ourselves with this matrix. We can get a little money, build up on our own. But I think it's from two. And you know, W.E. was like, nah, man, we can. Screw that. We can do it our own. Like, we can idolize our own black plumbers, our own black doctors. We can make our own this and that. And you know, it goes down to where it trickles down to like. So I was gonna say, it's during that era, Stokely Carmichael. People talking about Martin. People talking about Malcolm. Stokely was just like, man, I don't agree this way. I want to go mess with Fidel Castro because he said he got us, but we all won and we gonna stand, you know. So, you know, good point about Malcolm, but it's a lot of other brothers that I think right now in this era, we living in the WEB. Like your creative, like you don't care. You jumping out on what, you know, we say faith and you doing what you want to do, and you know you can gain, you know, your people, and you got somebody to touch to, because as you said in your song, you know, it's already in your blood, you know, as a king, that, you know, I think you said something like, this is who I'm gonna be. Like I already got the resources within my blood to create whatever I want. And I think that's what I got out of it. I think it was on the track with you in the coupe, laying back, you know.
Oh, Insecure? I mean, Nappy Head Israelite? Yeah, of course.
So I think that's the message I got out of that. And it made me think about, like, we living, and, you know, Mike was the one to be like, man, we want to be like that. It's like you put a pair of Jordans on, you know what I'm saying? You can just go wherever and you feel better. And, you know, they tried to strip that away with us with the drug epidemics and the recessions, but you can't keep shooting drugs on us, because guess what? Our body's going to get immune to it. Thanks. And now what you going to come with? Like, what you going to come with? You came with, you came with drugs, with heroin. You didn't came with cocaine.
So you think your body can get immune? I don't think.
No, they keep no.
They just gonna make a better drug.
No. Well, let me say, not the drugs. They can get you get like, we done seen that strategy. Like, no, we gonna be more aware now.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying? Because you're right. Because drugs has been here for the longest, and they've been ruining people off drugs. You know what I'm saying?
But you know, you can say they and drugs this, they drugs that, but man, you gotta be the captain of your own ship. You know what I'm saying? So at some point, you're gonna have to navigate this shit yourself.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm saying at one point they implemented and they flooded drugs, and now we're aware of it. So now we should be, as a society, put more. All right, you're gonna keep flooding drugs regardless. It may be a new drugs. Well, like, let's get some rehabilitation centers more close to our you know, our hoods, and they can go in there even if it's 3 days. Like, we got to give them something visual to be like, you know, get in there and get ready.
And I see you on that. I agree with that. But I want to counteract that and play devil's advocate with that, because you have to be honest with yourself. Growing up in Nuckerville, Texas, this is a great analogy. Down the street, there's, what do you call that abortion clinic? What's that abortion clinic called?
Oh, I forget. I know what you're saying. It's like a Planned
Parenthood.
Yeah.
Tell me why there's Planned Parenthood right down the street, Highway 67 in Dunkerville, and you go 1 mile up the street, or 1 mile up of Highway 67 south towards City Hill, and there's a Planned Parenthood. Two predominantly black cultures.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's good to put a rehabilitation center in the area, but do you think they want to do that? You know what I'm saying?
No, you're right, but that's the thing that we should be thinking. If that's an epidemic in our neighborhood, that's gonna help us better. Like that, like Planned Parenthood is not gonna. That's not helpful. That's more capitalism. Right. You know, just like in Chicago, you're gonna see a liquor store on every corner along with a check. Like, if it's a 4-corner, you're gonna have a check. You're gonna have a food restaurant, a fried chicken spot.
Right.
You're gonna have a liquor store. You're gonna have a check cash in place, and you're gonna have a pawn shop.
And you have to be honest with yourself when you think about. I wouldn't say the slave era. I don't know what to deem it, but I would. You know, I'm gonna just say the slave era. Every single thing that went on in the slave era is transpiring itself today, including the churches. You think about the churches. There's a church on every corner of the black community, and ain't nobody saved.
Yeah.
You mean tell me there's more? What do you call that? Not only sex out of marriage, but more wedlock ratios. There's a bigger wedlock ratios than people being saved, and you got a church on this corner and a church on this corner. That lets you know there's nothing different. There's nothing new under the sun. The same way we treat our people now is the same way our people were being treated back then. And I would say our people were being treated the way we were being taught back then. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Yeah, I feel you on that. I mean, me personally, I think any form of religion is a way to control the masses.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the way to, put you in a little box, so you think a certain way and you won't think for yourself. You looking for in the sky for your salvation. Your salvation don't come out the sky, saying come out your head, so that's something that I always try to instill in anybody I know, any young person I know. Like, you can't be in a situation where you can pray, but when you pray, you need to meditate.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Works,
yeah. So you need to be plotting and praying. You can't just pray. You got to plot too, because if you ain't got a plan, then you ain't got nothing. So that's something that everybody should be on. But let's move on.
Man, we done dropped some jewels, man. We was gonna ask, like, you want to drop any jewels? But man, like you said, man, you're an old man and a young body.
He done dropped plenty of jewels already.
Jewels, man.
So man, let's move on to something a little lighter, man. Let's chill out. Let's hang out. I still don't understand
this topic, but you're gonna break it down to me. The black masculinity. and that promotes, you know.
Okay, so what I was trying to get at you with the black masculinity,
education wasn't
toxic
as
black
high.
masculinity is, okay, when you see people in the music industry, on TV, like when you see a black guy, he supposed to be smooth, he supposed to have like 5-6 women, you know what I'm saying? He gotta drive a nice car. That's why every time you go and you look at like a Maxima commercial, you seen a Maxima commercial, they got a black dude in there, he got him a nice looking chick, I'm gonna be on my way, baby. Drive my Maxima right on through. Right. You know what I'm saying? I put rims on it just for you. You know what I'm saying? That type of shit. You know, you got the nigga with the crazy ass hair, you know what I'm saying, being real goofy, and he just trying to make you laugh. You know, you always got these images. You never got the normal guy who's successful. You know what I'm saying? You don't see those images in black culture at all. And if you do see that image, you probably making fun of them. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, you know, and it goes to the point where little kids, you don't see little kids say, man, I want to grow up and be successful. You want to grow up and be a rapper. You know, you want to grow up and you want to be a singer. Right. But, I mean, everybody can't be a rapper. You might not be that talented. You can't sing, bro. You know what I'm saying? There's other ways to be successful. There's other ways to be a cool black male or have a nice life without, you know, trying to fuck every hoe you see. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, or having the best Jordans, you know what I'm saying, or having a Rolex on your wrist or whatever, you know.
Well, if I could say, you know, I believe that's it's almost a sense of entitlement. Like we feel like growing up, we feel like we didn't have much, so we got to be that rapper, we got to be that football player, we got to be successful and larger than life, rather than average, you know. And when I really stepped outside of that mindset, because I took a break from music. When I took a break from music for like 3 years and just really read more books and really understood who I am, I started reading the book, Willie Lynch, The Making of a Slave. And I wanted to do insurance and real estate. 2 reasons why I wanted to do insurance and real estate. Real estate, I wanted to own property. And I wanted to have property for my children, of course, because that's one thing. Insurance, I thought I was really helping people, but when I found out the truth behind insurance and what it does to people, I was like, man, it's a scam.
So, you know, you believe in the concept of Willie Lynch. You don't believe that was a real story, do you?
I believe in the concept. I do believe it's a real story, but I believe in the concept is too. I believe that the same thing that happened, the same way it was taught, is the same things that are going on right now. Like, I believe that book is 100% truth, man. Like, everything that's in that book, man, I think anybody should read that book and really check out, you know, how it talks about it would put the young man against the old man and the black woman against the black man. I mean, you have to ask yourself, is this not going on? Like, I
mean, I totally agree, but I think the characters is made up, but I think the concept was brought from a third eye. Like, we're sitting there and like, and then they put the story and the character together. Kind of like, I don't know, 48 Laws of Power. It's something that you can kind of, it's a way of life. You pay attention to what the content in that Willie Lynch, and you can apply it to current situations, and that's where it's it. I mean, I guess if you want that much truth in it, but I don't think it's a Willie Lynch. I don't think a Willie Lynch got a bloodline.
Well, I like what you said about like we kind of live in a microwave society. Like everybody want it now. Like
they should though. I mean, I guess you should.
No, but see, everything's a process.
Everything.
So you're not gonna. I mean, some people do blow up overnight, and good for them. But everybody ain't gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? You can't sit here and say, well, I want this, and not say, well, I'm willing to work this way. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna work that way. Like it. You know, your hustle gotta match your desire. You know,
exactly. It's like making chicken.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you put chicken on 8, knowing chicken ain't gonna cook fast and there's gonna be blood still in that chicken, it's not gonna taste good. Everything in life takes time and it takes process. You know what I'm saying? And I think cooking is the best way to teach anybody patience. Because you can't put some on 9, 10, and then walk away and think it's going to cook quick. Yeah, the outside going to cook quick, but the inside going to be raw.
Yeah.
That's how life is, man.
Everybody been around somebody that tried it. Like, bro.
Hey, you go. Hey, man, you bite into that piece of chicken and you see that bread, you like, oh, man, I'm finna die E. coli right here. Right. Like, goddamn.
With that box macaroni and cheese.
Man. But that's life, man. Everything takes patience. And it sucks that patience is a big essence to anything that grows in life, but like gold is tried on the fire. In order to get pure gold, you got to take all that dirt off.
Yeah,
because gold is ugly before it's gold, man.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So
I was watching someone 60 Minutes on how they bring in gold. But man, and it's, I guess a good thing like with your creative mind, it's like anything you create, it may not be hot now, but with time, you know what I'm saying, and a little nourishment to it, meaning it may change this subject verb agreement, or man, let me change the this look right here instead of saying this, let me say that. It's always gonna be good and age and good content, because you said some of your younger stuff that you like 22 tracks. You don't want to put all on there because you think they're not ready, but don't wash them, because you can go back to them and you don't never know. They'll be like, man, this is Maximilian in 2007, and you know what I'm saying, and Throwback Thursday, you know what I'm saying, hit them bars.
Yeah, I got a question for your girl though.
Good.
Okay, so have you ever came to you, spit some bars, or let you hear some shit, and you be like, that shit whack?
Oh man, be honest.
H no.
Never.
Everything he make is great.
Nah, she really love you, boy.
I appreciate that. Yeah, that's dope. That's really dope. That's really dope. I had a little sweat trickling down right here. I was like, I said, don't say that shit. You better not. I'm driving you home. You know what I'm saying?
Man, she really love you, cause dang.
You know what though? I'm gonna keep it honest, bro. I was like, the song that we made when I first wrote the lyrics, cause it's like rapping is easy. You know what I'm saying? You have to put yourself in the minefield, and you have to just really sit back and relax. When I wrote this song, she was looking at me like, what? Like, you wrote that? She asked me 3 times. She's like, you wrote that? And I was like, yeah, I wrote that. Yeah. On my bed, laying back. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Rapping.
So everything he dropped is fire. Nothing but high lava.
We just waiting on everybody else to catch on.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
now you gotta get. So where's your constructive criticism coming from?
Oh man, there's a difference between writing a song and then recording it. When you record the song, it can come out different how you thought it would be. So when we record songs, we hear it back. If it's not good, we go and play it to a couple of my friends. Like shout out to Ricky. We play it to Ricky. We play it to my homeboy Norwood, and they give me deep insight because they're artists themselves. Rick is a producer. Norwood's an artist. They listen to it and they be like, nah, bro, that ain't it. Or they be like, yeah, bro, okay, that's dope.
Shout out to the homies.
Yeah.
Hey, we know you love your girl. Go on, baby. Yeah.
Dope, baby.
Go on over there and let's see what Ricky and them tell me about it. You know what I'm saying? You be like, nah, baby, it ain't it. We're going to have to go back to the scratch. That's what's up,
But see, Rick done told me a couple times, like, I told Rick, keep all bars off, bro. You ain't going to hurt my feelings. Because creativity, that's how it is. Like, if you know you raising your child wrong and you trying to go to the pastor and ask him to help you raise your child right, it's like you need help. Yeah. It's okay to ask for help. So I told Ricky, I said, yo, Ricky, tell me what you think about a couple of these songs. And he's only giving me 2 songs that he thought just needed work on. He didn't say they were bad. He was like, they need work. Everything else I sent him, like, bro, that shit's dope as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, he likes it. So if he likes it, and I know I like it first, then who else is going to like it? That's the question.
Right. You ever drop something and then somebody come at you on social media wrong? Like, man, you trash.
No.
For real?
Yeah. I dropped this one song. Don't you look this up, man. This song called Who That? That song sorry as fuck. I hate that
fire.
Song, man.
No, I really like it.
I gotta look it up now. I gotta look it up now.
That song, the outro song.
We're going out.
That song
it's official.
That song is corny, bro.
All on Spotify.
I hate
really
that.
Good.
No.
Yes,
I was on your Spotify site this morning. I don't know if I heard that one. Let me
on
go
record.
Back.
I hate that song. Whoever's I hate that song on record, man.
You haven't played for us.
I hate that song. That song is corny. I swear. Because that's the first song I dropped. You know what I'm saying?
Also, it was your first official song. So at some point you had to think it was hot, right?
I thought that song was a shit. I thought it was dope. But I was like, I started listening to it months after, and I was like, I see what everybody was saying. I see what my homeboy was saying. Like, my homeboy was trying to gig me up. He was like, oh, this is good. But after a couple months of just listening to it, I was like, that was a corny-ass bar.
You know, sometimes that's where the friend zone come in. He saw something in you that you really... Sometimes you got to, and it's funny, you got to... They'll try to warn you, but they'll see at times, he really want to push this out. So I'm not finna stop his creative process, and we just going to see the results, you know? And that's in everywhere in life. You know what I'm saying? My friends do it to me. They'll give me, real talk, they give you advice because they foreseeing it. But sometimes I be like, fuck it. Because you never know what the results, because it could go your way. And you be like, see? But, it's good to have them in there and y'all can have that, that yin and that yang. That shit's dope. That shit's dope. That's cool. Cause you know, baby girl over there, it's good, baby.
Nah, that's how it
It
is.
is. I was listening to it in class one day, and I was like, "This is really him."
You know that song. Corny.
He never told me to listen to it.
Yo, look, she gonna support me either way. I'm going on record and saying that song corny. I hate it. That song is corny. J. Cole, I'm sorry, man. I ain't try to do that song like that. Yeah, it's corny.
Man, so man, you say, you know, I was asking earlier, you know, I said when y'all disconnect, because you know y'all spend a lot of time together. You know what I'm saying? Right. And same thing about my wife. My wife was my best friend, and we was friends first before, you know, we became into, you know, a relationship and then got married. And we was friends. Like I met her a week before I started school when I was 19. I ain't married until I was 28. But we was friends. You know what I'm saying? You know, going through, you know, just going through life. But when y'all disconnect, like from the world, right now the world is, you know, social media and in your creative mind when you stop working, you know what I'm saying? And when, you know, she don't have time. So what do y'all do? Like, y'all watch Married for Boot Camp, Hip Hop Edition?
We take long walks, man. We read the Bible together. We take walks.
Okay.
What else do we do, man?
Watch crime investigation shows.
That's all she watched, man.
I
don't
hey,
you know, but
I don't like
she
them
didn't
shows,
put me
man.
on too, bro. I'm telling you.
Which one? You say crime? Give me.
I want everybody to get.
ID Discovery.
I want everybody to get away. So I just be like, I don't want to see you go to jail, man. I would just be wanting to see, like, maybe everything work out and everybody could just.
Right. I be watching some corny show like Oralville. I agree. Like, I be wanting. I'm the type, like, I don't want to, like, when I was growing up, it was so much drug epidemic. I wasn't trying to watch, you know, the urban stuff. I used to get my mind away with Saved by the Bell. I was like, that'd be cool to go to school like that. I have a cell phone. You know what I'm saying? I'll be playing pranks on folks, but I won't get suspended. You know what I'm saying? I thought I wanted to just go away. So how do y'all, like, you see you walk and...
Man, we watch good movies.
What movies? I'm a movie head.
If it's Creed, if it's Black Panther, I'm a huge Marvel fan, man. You like Marvel?
Man,
I mean, yeah.
Black Panther. We go to the movies a lot. I can't think of any other movies off the top, but anything that's on, we really watch. We just watched, what's that Big Mama's movie? Where Martin Lawrence, Big Mama's 2, I think.
Big Mama's
2.
I went way back.
Way back.
Yeah. Cool thing about Marvel is if you really a Marvel fan, you can really catch what the next movie gonna be.
Facts.
Because, I mean, people can say what you want, but when you create content, you can add layers to it. You know what I'm saying? So what you seeing on what we waiting for in May, what we made with Captain Marvel, the storyline has already been created. The mystery is that you gotta go back and watch the cartoons or read the comic. Like, where they gonna come from? Oh, how they gonna blend this? You know, cool thing about y'all, you know, comics like him, he's a comic head. Are y'all gonna blend two comics? How y'all gonna end it? Cause he, you know, like he told me about Game of Thrones, and he probably, I don't know, it's probably what this last season ain't really what he is the last season. I mean, it's pieces.
I'm a nerdy motherfucker. So
I wouldn't even call it nerdy because, you know, it's like I was at Douglas High School, and you got the jocks coming up to me telling me more about Hulk than I knew. I'm like, dang, nigga, like, you all up on me. Like, but you know what I'm saying? It's not even, I wouldn't call it nerdy material. It's interesting, bro.
Man.
It's interesting.
But I think I go a little too far, bro. Cause I done read every Game of Thrones book at least twice. You know what I'm saying? I had a comic book collection out this world. You know what I'm saying? So
I think when you take it too far is when you start dressing up like him at comic.
I kind of think that's dope though. I'm like, I want to go though. I feel like I'll be fly.
I would go as me and not just Max, man. I would just go just to have a good time. When you putting face paint on,
but even
I don't know. I want to wear that Iron Man suit. That Iron Man suit. The Iron Man suit and Assassin's Creed outfit, I rocked it.
Okay,
I'll be like Killmonger. Like, I like his suit. That shit is dope.
Yeah, that's something I like.
Oh, you talking about the same suit as Black
Panther?
No,
not the Black Panther suit he had. The suit with the kind of like the vest and the blue sleeves and stuff.
Oh, okay.
That shit was dope, man. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I think there's a difference between putting on the costume and being creative with the costume. Yeah. Like, if your costume can move and light up and, you know, like all that stuff on a costume, that's dope.
I mean, I love to see women dressed up like superheroes. That shit's dope.
I was gonna say, man.
That shit's dope, man.
Yeah, man. But you know, they be wearing them Pootie Tang outfits. You know what I'm saying?
Pootie Tang was dope.
More type, you know what I'm saying? Booty cheek outfits, man. And I be wondering, like, who let these women walk out this like this? Like, come on, bro. You gonna let your chick walk around with that big old booty outfit? You know she got thighs. It's like, come on, bro.
Man.
So
Man.
yeah, man.
What kind of outfit you gonna have when you do live performance? Lil Wayne now?
Yeah, did y'all see Lil Wayne?
Hey man,
Did
hey,
y'all
hold
see
on,
Lil
man,
Wayne?
Hold on,
It looked like the hamburger.
Man, it was. I
McDonald's.
mean, I ain't gonna lie though. I mean, it was fly to me.
Man,
Like, that Gucci jacket. That Gucci
Man.
jacket was dope.
No,
you didn't watch
man.
it for the national championship? You didn't
Man.
see his outfit?
Man, that's what the
It's
governor
like-
of Kansas was talking about. What did he say?
Hold on, what the governor of Kansas say?
Bro, he said, I don't know it verbatimly, but he called it corny. He called it corny pretty much.
Man, dude, like he was auditioning for the Wiz. He was gonna be the scarecrow and shit.
Right. With a little touch of Erykah Badu. Like for real. Like it was to me though. I guess in one eye it was like I can see it, but
I mean, it's a $10,000 jacket. Why you pay $10,000 like an asshole? That's just retarded, bro.
now watch. Somebody gonna dress it different. You gonna be like, damn. I
I
can
mean,
see it.
it might be different on a woman.
I mean, but
you're definitely gonna have to go to a woman. Like you can see a woman buying a male. It's a male's jacket too.
But you got to be honest though. Like, not every outfit looks good on every person. Like,
Yeah.
when T.I. put that what that Tupac thing is. When he
Oh,
put
the
that was horrible.
I ain't saying, y'all said it.
Hey, somebody had to say it. That was, I
ain't
agree.
say
I
nothing.
agree.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like, I think somebody made him put that on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because shout out to Tip. Tip go hard,
So,
man.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But,
so how do you get your style then? Where do your style come from?
J. Cole, man.
Cold
J.
world.
Cole
Oh, so
world.
you gonna slum it to you all the way to the top.
Slum it all the way. Like, I love how Cole is like, just
You gonna get
free.
your Grammy and you gonna be slum, bro.
Man, I'm gonna be pajamas. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that'd be dope.
T-shirt like this. What's up, ma? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because it teaches you the value of what is it? Minimalism. You don't see Cole out here with the flash. You know Cole rich. You know he got money. You know what I'm saying? You don't see him out here with a Gucci bust down chair, a Gucci bust down watch, Gucci bust down phone. Like, dude is very humble, and that's the essence of being humble. When you know you can do something and you don't do it, you just come out as a regular guy.
Yeah, I ain't gonna do that. Let me get some money. Shit.
I
Say,
know
man.
that. Yeah, because I was gonna
Say,
say, I
man.
mean, it's some shit.
I'm
You
coming
get some
humble.
money now. Like, what the hell do you want for yourself?
I'm coming humble.
What you
man.
want for
Now,
yourself?
I do want to.
I'm a Jerry Jones your ass with 250
Man,
million.
I want to get a partnership going with what do you call it? A partnership going with Fila or either Nubank. You know what I'm saying? If I can get a partnership going with Nubank or Fila, I would rock some of their merch because they go hard, man. I like their merch.
What you gonna get? Like, what you want to do for yourself?
Oh, man.
New Sebring.
Oh man,
like, man, I build me a
haven't-
cave.
Oh, dude,
and
you
just
mean
go
like-
underground? Like, what you want? Like, you gonna have to spend? Like, you ain't gonna spend it on no clothes. You know
Nah,
what I'm
man,
saying?
no,
You ain't gonna
nah.
get your hair cut.
Bro, I don't think like that.
He
Bro, I
ain't
don't
gonna get
think
your
like
hair
that.
cut.
But I'm saying, so what you gonna get?
The first thing I'm gonna get is a studio. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Rick Rubin said, when you get your first check, you reinvest that into what makes you money, and it's a studio. Like, why the hell would I get $10,000 and go put that on some clothing, knowing that's not what make me money?
No, what you gonna?
Like, splurge for me?
Yeah, like
Splurge for me.
self-satisfaction. Yeah.
Man,
What you want? I mean,
shoot.
even for like, if you just want to go walk, if you want to go walk Israel and just spend all your money on staying over there and eating, that'll be dope.
Man, you know, I think I could
Walk and
be-
just pray in Israel. Think about it. Go to Jerusalem. You know, go everywhere and just pray and walk and
I want
you
to take
know,
my family on trips. My
Yeah.
mama just took us on, what do you call it?
travel the world.
Yeah, bro, we just came back from Cozumel, Mexico, Jamaica.
That's what's
Man,
up.
it's crazy you
Cosmos,
say that
man.
because that's why I think Lil Wayne ain't grown yet. I don't think he really seen the world.
Really?
I think Miami. You gotta look,
Well,
man. He was.
you gotta
I don't
think-
think he's seen the world. It's like you, like when you see like people like Cole and
Yeah.
they do them overseas tours. Like
Yeah.
really go like I'm going to Africa and I'm gonna do this tour for 30 days
Yeah.
and or whatever. Wayne, you never heard Wayne go to like
But-
Africa, Japan, this and this, so he don't have no content. To really-
I say this about Wayne though. Wayne been famous since he was like 10 or 11 years old.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he might have seen the world, but he's seen it from a completely different perspective.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So he probably like he's not gonna have the same values as a Cole who what how old was he when he got actually famous? I mean,
Cole,
He
I
was
think, was like
graduated.
25.
Yeah, the other graduated from
so
college.
you know he done had
Yeah.
a whole different experience, and then he got famous. This dude was famous his whole life. Child stars always have a skewed perspective on life. You can't stop it though. How can you stop that if
Yep.
you know if you've been rich and you've been catered to since you was 10, 11 years old? You know how do you have a real perspective on life?
Well, I mean, when it comes to, like, I want to get back to the topic when we were talking about what would I do.
Yeah.
Like, when it comes to even just putting out money, I think I would want to reinvest in the people who invested in me. Like, why not buy your homeboy a new laptop if you know he didn't help you out with your music?
Yeah.
Like, that's something I really want to do. Like, if she wants something, if I can afford it, you know, and get it for her, it would be stingy for me not to get it, knowing she didn't help me get my career this far. You know, so it's really reinvesting in the people who believed in you in the first place. And then, you know.
Cause that's what I feel. Like once I make all the money, once I make enough money to pay off, you know, my debt, I'm just giving.
Man,
and I mean,
right,
you know what I'm saying? Well, just give. Just, you know, I figure out, like, even give your time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, man, hey, man, I got this idea I need help with. You know what I'm saying? All right, if I got time, pull your resource together. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm like, well, shit, Flim, dude, got this shit going.
Man, fuck that. I get some money. I'm straight Trinidad James. all in my watch.
Walking in there. I'm right behind you. Like, hey, where my theme music at, goddammit? Shit.
Nah, bro, I can't do that. I can't. That's not me. Once you spend your entire check and you still got that Gucci bust down watch.
This one, I'm saying this is when everything's paid for. You got assets. You getting dividends from assets.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? You getting straight dividends. This is like, everything. Like, for example, like, you know, you just take care of everything.
But who relating to you though? Who really like? Because you gonna have people who don't fuck with you because you
man,
believe
you know,
you think you.
You know what
you're
right. You know, I'm gonna go back to the AR. I'm gonna go back to the AR, baby. I'm gonna go right back to the blood. Pull up.
Doing that shit either.
Hey, I'm gonna pull up at my spot that I want to be at, and sit back and have a happy hour. I'm gonna create my own happy hour. I'm gonna create my own time with my own people.
I might drive through.
Already.
Don't do the Young Jeezy, dude. Don't
looking fly as fuck.
Right. Now you're gonna be like, hey, I'm gonna take the copter, man. I'll be there in a minute. You know, shit. Man. I guess just we came up in the big timers there. You know me. I don't need no introduction to shit,
bro. You know, it's just when I get on to where I want to get on, because you never know how far a person will get in life.
Right.
Whatever I consider big, I want to build a house in Duncanville. I be telling people all the time, Duncanville is my Hollywood, and it's because I grew up there. Like,
man, that's cool. That's cool, man.
Property tax. Hey, he way more grounded than me, man. This dude about 20 years younger than me.
Right, he 19. He just man. We got water for you, brother. Normally, if you come back in 2 years, we're going to have some drink for you. You know what I'm saying? Be like, hey, take a shot for your 21st.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know.
But
y'all both same age? Y'all graduate together?
Yeah, I graduated a year before. I skipped a grade, but we would have graduated the same year. But yeah,
probably could have skipped by 5.
Probably. Appreciate that, brother.
Yeah, man. It's good
stuff.
If
I would have worked hard, but yeah.
All right. Yeah. So I mean, I guess
I want to get some more perspectives on some different shit. I gotta ask because this has been on my mind. It's just way on some more shit.
Man, it's Antoine showing up at the end of the motherfucking podcast.
Let him in though, cause
man, what you want?
We gonna give it to him. Put him on the mic.
Good, bro. All right, man.
Yeah.
Man, hold this down. I gotta go get my boy.
Okay,
Ant,
so
okay.
I'm gonna ask you. We'll get that perspective when they get back though. So you know Tim Tebow, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know Tim Tebow just got engaged, right?
Yeah.
You know Tim Tebow was a virgin. He was claiming he was a virgin this whole time, right?
Mm-hmm.
You think he got engaged because he in love, or he just trying to bang something? Cause I've been thinking about that all day long.
I mean, when you got money, you know what I'm saying, it don't mean nothing. Like, you have all the time in the world to know what love is. You have all the time in the world to understand what love is. Now, when it comes to the woman that you with, you know what I'm saying, I don't know. You have to ask, what's her intentions? What's her motives?
Oh, for real? I mean, but okay, so this guy's famous, right?
Yeah.
So anybody who sees him, it's real hard to see him if you didn't know him before he was famous.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, Tim Tebow probably was known to be about to be famous for a long time. Even probably like we say about 10th grade, he known he was a good athlete.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's always gonna be skewed the way women look at you. You know what I'm saying? Like even from a perspective of just being a guy who's successful, you can never really tell if somebody just trying to get on or they actually like you. You know what I'm saying? Because this nigga. Look at this nigga.
Hey, what's up,
hey, Mike.
Oh. Nigga. Hey, look. Hey, we got a group meeting after this show, man. We gonna have to do some talking, bro. I mean, yeah.
Man, nigga, I pulled the Bobby Brown.
All right, so hey, we got another guest in the building named Antoine. So introduce yourself.
I pulled the David Ruff and Bobby Brown.
You said David, right?
Shout out to the source, bro.
Like, long week, we got jobs. You know what I'm saying?
No, not all of us. Not all of us have jobs.
I'm on about 2.5, 3 hours sleep. Took a nap. Thought I set my alarm for 6:30 p.m. It was 6:30 a.m. The only thing
man, you better use Siri more. I'd be like, hey Siri.
Hey,
I changed my clock to 24 hours because
only
of that.
thing woke me up was my natural clock. Cause hey, this thing could have went all
dude.
night. You know what I'm saying? So
Man.
man, it's a pleasure to meet you, man. And
Yes,
I was
sir.
actually looking forward to it. I had did my research on the video.
Thank you.
I wanted to get more meaning on what it meant by when the cop shot you and
Thank you, bro. Thank
Oh,
You got
shit.
shot by the
you.
cops.
Yeah, I got
Yeah,
shot by the
the
cops.
video-
You didn't bring that shit up?
You
didn't bring that
You didn't bring up at the shot.
Like I had my notes, man.
Hey, we
Like,
got time still.
Let's hear about this shit.
Well,
Yeah,
you know,
man.
and what's the name of the song first of all?
Nappy Head Israelite.
Yep,
yeah,
and
Nappy Head Israelite.
that's the one in the preview that we showed on the Unspoken Conversation page. So give us a little more enlightenment on that video. you
Yeah,
know?
definitely. Nappy Head Israelite is when you hear the song, I love myself, my wealth is through my heritage. And then you watch the video, the first scene of the video is me homeless in my car. If anybody doesn't know,
Right.
now you know. And as the video progresses and as the song progresses, it's a dogma. The track is a beautiful track. The video is a horrible audio because the police are picking on me for no reason. You know what I'm saying? And around that time, when you think about 2016 all the way up to now, well, I'm even 2011 all the way up to now, it's been a high escalation of police brutality over stupid and small shit.
Yep.
Small shit. And so me personally, when I was walking, Ziggy, shout out to Ziggy, who was the actor, he's like, hey, yo, let's go. He might be a panhandler, a thief, or a stealer. Let's go mess with him real quick. And that scuffle ended up turning into a shooting, you know, because they were actually trying to scuffle me up against the wall, get my ID, look for everything they could in my pocket. And when somebody like my homeboy, who was the filmer, the guy with the camera, you know, with his phone, when he came up and said, hey, what y'all doing? I took off. And that was their cue to shoot me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel
Wow.
like that was big. That's big because a lot of police officers, well, not a lot, but most police officers are almost trained to, you know, de-escalate a situation using violence or rigorous motives versus, you know what I'm saying, just holding a person down.
Right.
And I really don't like that. I really don't like that. So
They out of shape too.
that too.
Man, but no, honestly though, I was like just tripping off of that because it's two black cops first of all.
That too, bro.
So you can't even put the racial dynamic in there.
Exactly.
And the cop saying to him, hey, you know, one cop had to pretty much probe him into how the program goes. You walking into a pawn station, you probably pawn something, and so he knows you coming out with some cash.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy's asking, what is going to happen with this money when we get it?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it disappears. And so it's pretty much letting you know, like, it's cops out there with an authoritative complex that pretty much take advantage of people, especially when they feel like that person is irrelevant.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to think, you know, sometimes we prey on our own, and sometimes it's the worst. And sometimes we can be our own worst enemies, because I feel like a lot of times you're dealing with those cops that deal with the kids in the cities and things like that. They feel like I can talk to them, do them any type of way.
Exactly.
I'm getting them prepared for what's coming down the pipeline. You know, the stop and frisk that was taking place in a lot of those inner city boroughs and inner cities across, especially in Philadelphia, Brooklyn, places like that, where they felt like they had every right to rough you up in order just to make sure that they let the imprint of the hood know who running it. You know what I'm saying? That's one of my big things.
Or you can even say a fear tactic. Like when you go back to Compton, California, the police brutality over there is so big, man. It's crazy. Like Compton, California, no, it was in Chicago. There was a police unit that pulled up with a truck of Nike Air Force Ones.
Yeah,
And these individuals, I'm going to go ahead and talk about it. These individuals got out the truck, parked the car somewhere else, and waited for people to take the Nike Air Force Ones. And even though it's called bait trapping, that's wrong.
Yeah.
Like if I came in your community and put out free ice cream, you know you're gonna take that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why would you come in a black community knowing that our people are, number one, materialistic?
It's like they don't have the right to see if something's suspicious, and then it's like, oh,
And that's what people were doing finally. You finally had advocates, you know, or
went on telling the gang like, hey, don't mess with that.
But people gonna have people still doing it.
What I was gonna say is, you know, y'all make good points, but also we can factor in that, you know, it's a quota they need to meet. Like these prisons, privately funded prisons, agree with the government to keep their capacity over X amount, and 70, 80%.
Yeah, if they don't make that quota, then
shout out to 13.
Yeah.
And the ticket ratio. Their ticket ratio as well.
So it's small. It starts from, if they doing it for prisons, of course, hey, we need to get these tickets up. You know what I'm saying? Because we need to make a quota, which ain't right. So where you going to go if you got to get your numbers up? Where you going to go? To highly populated crime areas. And unfortunately, it's in black areas. And now we just need to focus. Like, since we know that statistic, we know that data, now we need to use, like, you know, your strategy, what you saying, like, nah, bro, I ain't going to buy no lamb. I'm just gonna take care of everything and just focus on my people. That's what I want to do. I want to focus on my people.
I have to be even honest. Like living in Duncanville, this cop pulled me over one time, and this pissed me off, man. Like this get me mad to this day. This dude gave me, I think it was $180 ticket for having my lights off because I didn't turn them on. And I was getting over into the lane, and I was literally like probably 30 feet away from my house, down the gas station. All he could have told me was like, "Yo, turn your lights on next time." Right. He read my ID. He knew where I lived at. Yeah. Dude gave me $180 ticket. Wow. I was like, man, you asshole.
I had a cop making me walk home one time. I was in Shreveport though, and this one I was in school, and I'm leaving the parking lot, basically driving into the gas station that's not even on the street. I'm driving through the parking lot, lights off, and he pulled me over pretty much, and so it was a volunteer cop at that. This was when
volunteer cop.
Like no, it was a volunteer. Like when I found out it was a volunteer cop because he had my wrong driver's license number on the ticket. So he's thinking I have a warrant because he done pulled up somebody a whole nother name because he typed in a whole nother Antoine Johnson. I don't know what it was, but he's talking about pretty much that I had a warrant and not a warrant, but outstanding tickets, and pretty much I need to leave my keys here and have somebody come pick it up. So he made me walk home, and the dude literally like followed behind me for like the first 4 blocks to make sure I didn't try to.
He followed behind you while you was walking?
Yeah.
What the fuck is that, bro?
Bro, it was the craziest shit.
He could have gave you a ride. I'm like, look,
it was the craziest shit ever. Like, and it was just like almost an embarrassment. Like,
yeah, I bet it was.
This dude's trying me, and he's trying you. And the fact that it was a volunteer cop to come out, he's taking full advantage of this authority you gave him. You know
I always find it weird to want to be the police anyway. I don't want to be the motherfucker out here catching niggas doing
but
shit. You
got to think, everybody got a role. Because first of all, they make it so easy nowadays to become a cop. Because you know somebody or know somebody that's in police training right now.
Yeah.
So hopefully they coming in with the right outlook. But a lot of times you getting people that ain't really prepared to have that type of authority.
Or I'm gonna take it a step further. People who are not in the community.
Yeah,
you got somebody coming from like Fort Worth all the way out to Duncanville trying to be a cop.
There's no relation,
and they have not grown up in that area. So when they see you with your lights off on accident, call the court. They'll take care of it. Man, and you don't even know what that means. You know what I'm saying? Not to find out you got a $180 ticket on your name.
From my small town, man, you get the situation where it might be, okay, this dude you know from high school or whatever.
Yeah.
Now he the police. Like, nigga, he was smoking blunts.
Hey, and you know what? And honestly, shout out, and that's another thing, that's a good thing I noticed. I ain't know what happened in Louisiana, but Arkansas, we don't have that because it really be people we graduated with always wanted to be a police officer and want to help the community that way. Like, shout out to Lafayette Woods. That's my cousin. He the chief of Pine Bluff now. But ever since we been in high school, we knew that was his goal. Like, it wasn't no goal to go to Texas. It wasn't no goal. It was like, I want to serve my people here, and I want to be, chief of police. And
I like that.
and you have that. Like, you be people who go to jail in my neighborhood. They want to go there. I'm drunk. Go ahead, let me get my 3 shot in the cot. You know what I'm saying?
If you go to jail in a small town, it's just like going to a party. All your homeboys.
All your homeboys in there.
I had a homeboy, man, my closest friend, right? So I had won a cruise, so I took this dude to Jamaica, but he was on probation, so he ain't supposed to leave Arkansas. Oh. This man done left the country, right? Okay. So we get back, and he immediately goes to jail because anytime you take a cruise, they running all that stuff. So any kind of issues you got, they gonna be there to pick your ass up.
They let him come back to the country.
Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? So he go back home, and they immediately take him to jail, right? So I was like, man, nigga, you went to jail. He was like, shit, all my homeboys in there. He was like, I was chilling, man.
Is he still locked up?
Nah. He was in jail for like a week or two, guys. It wasn't that big of a deal, right. But I just thought it was weird. He was like, yeah, they made me a trustee, man. It was cool. You know what I'm saying?
And they really work. I ain't gonna lie. Like, some justice system overall messed up, but people get a lot of chances in small. Hold on, let me say non-violent criminals. Let me put it that way. Because some of them get state charges and do 10. Like, I'm talking about it's people that kill people and got out in 3.
Well, I don't. And see what's crazy. I don't know what all y'all cover since
Go, but just say what you want to say.
Go ahead.
No, because I wanted to kind of make a left turn on that. I feel like we was on that. I wanted to ask you some questions in regards to like motivation purposes, like what you been. All right, first of all, what type of artist would you be considered? Because I was listening to your sound, and I hear that soul.
Thank you.
But so it has a little bit of a R&B flair, but I can still hear you're a spitter, and I'm real big on somebody who can who can kind of pretty much blend those two.
Man, thank you.
And so no problem. And so I wanted to know like who was like your 3 biggest influences, or just your biggest influence that kind of gave you your sound, that kind of led you towards your sound.
I give you 4, man. I give you, and I've already said Cole first, but Cole is always gonna be in my heart when it comes to first. But Crit need to be deserved. He deserves his recognition.
Definitely.
Crit is a big dude, a big influence of mine. I love how Crit switches his words, or talks about the South the way he talks about it.
Right.
Even though I'm from Midwest, I've been out here 11 years. I consider myself from the South.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Crit is cold with it, man. Andre 3000 is another one, and then finally Kendrick. Kendrick is. I was listening to an interview that he did from Compton, and he was talking about how he knows he can make the heavy hardcore singles, but instead of doing that, he uses his power to talk about something that people have actually went through, like "Sing About Me" on Good Kid, Mad City.
Yeah.
Right.
That was a real story. Everybody knows that, but he used that to talk about a real platform, and so that's me. I like that. I like funk, but then I also like my serious moments, like Insecure.
And
you know what I'm saying?
So that's perfect that you said Kendrick, because I feel like Kendrick uses his voice as an instrument.
Mm-hmm.
Like pretty much the way he maneuvers through a song.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things I peeped in your music also. So, like, okay, so also I feel like, since we also in the age of very self-sufficient artists, what do you feel like would be one of your I made it moments, if you feel like, when would you finally realize or look at it and be like, you know what, I made it in the music?
To me is when, I've always told Brandon, it's my homeboys, but it's when I can sit back and do what I love doing full time. When a person can do what they love doing full time, they've made it. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of how much money you make, when you can sit there and take that loss of not worrying to go to your 9 to 5, but just truly dedicate your time and your energy to your career, your passion, you've made it. That's what I believe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Yes,
man, I can attest to that. Not having a job is the shit, bro.
Right.
Man, it is the shit, bro.
Yeah, if you got some money in the bank, don't say it's the shit. No, nigga, like, we not about to say
okay, yeah, you're right. Long as you got money to take care of yourself, you know what I'm saying, you ain't worried about paying bills. If you can just sit around and not have a job, man,
and be creative, like your brain, it's like therapeutic.
Man,
it's like what you really supposed to do. Like, it's kind of like without any restrictions of have to get up and pay for your way of life.
Exactly.
It's great.
I'm
it's
already
really great.
trying to figure out a way to get laid off.
Nah, bro. Don't put that in there.
Hey, we trying to figure out a way to. Hey, we trying to figure out a way to.
You put shit like that down, you gonna come out. You like, man, you know what? Hey, clerically, we made a mistake, man. You know what? Hey, they're gonna send it off a little right back.
Nah, bro. I'm serious about that one. I was like, well, this is last mouth.
Antoine, though, man, it's all on you, though, man. I think I done asked enough questions, man. I appreciate you coming. I keep you sliding.
Thank you.
We're going to let you have it.
Man, I'm so mad at myself. Speaking of the band and speaking of the music, bro, I was just watching the Temptations 2 days ago, man. Niggas, he late for practice and shit. Coming in on shows late and stuff
at
like
least
that.
You ain't drunk.
And so I'm riding on 35. And it's raining hard as hell outside right now.
Yeah.
Right.
So traffic is ridiculous. I'm like, man, you know what, dog? They done cussed me out about 16 times right now, on my way there. Right. And so another thing I wanted to kind of focus on is this. Like, what I noticed is a lot of artists in the game right now, because I saw a post on Instagram today, and somebody put a montage together of a lot of artists saying they don't really care about the game. They doing it for money.
Mm-hmm.
Cardi B, NBA Youngboy, and the new hottest dumbass rapper is Blueface.
Yeah, I knew you was gonna go for that.
Yeah,
Blueface,
they saying
baby.
They pretty much.
Yeah.
Where you from?
He from
Compton, California.
He not even from Compton. He's from like
the
Valley a little bit, but he a Crip. You know what I'm saying?
Supposedly.
Yeah, his name Blueface.
Okay.
And so like honestly, like when you hear artists say something like that, does that kind of make you question like what you're doing it or like your craft, because you feel like those are the people that appeal to the masses right now?
Man, hell no. When I sit there and I think about why I'm putting my music out and why I'm doing it, discretion. The Bible says discretion shall guide you and understanding shall keep you. If you don't got no purpose and the understanding of your purpose, I say it all the time. You ain't going nowhere. Yeah. So when people say I'm just doing it for money, okay, when the money run out and you still got that shitty ass sound, who gonna be with you? Who gonna truly rock with you the way you was being rocked with? Think about it like this: Trinidad James, no nothing but where he at now.
Yep.
Like, come on.
I mean, like he's somebody you won't take serious. But honestly, like that's kind of like I had this conversation with my homeboy.
I like this song though, bro.
That was a dope song, and he had an appeal to him, but he couldn't. You can't sufficiently maintain that.
You can't be a clown forever.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, and that's the thing I see with a person like Blueface. A record just want to put a couple dollars behind a single
and make quick money.
Make quick money off of them, microwave them, and then get them right back out of there. And so, a lot of times, my biggest issue is this: is like a lot of artists feel like a lot of dope artists feel like they got to dumb down their sound to make it, and I'm like. Honestly, the wave gonna come to you, especially you got people like Tech Nine who stay in their lane and making way more money than the people you see on the radio and on the videos.
He just don't say it.
And that's the thing, like, because he knows his lane. That's just like Cole. I'm not gonna blend over into somebody's lane if I don't. Because the thing is, I'm gonna make y'all come to me. That's what a dope artist can do.
That's why he's featuring with so many people. Like people think he's just doing it to get his name out.
No.
Cole's doing all these features. It's a chess game. Cole is doing all these features with these rappers. Like Money at Bag Yo is kind of dope. I think he's kind of dope, but. You know, why do you think he took a feature like that? Why do you think he featured with 21 Savage?
To get to the masses, to get in the ear of those fans he wouldn't normally get into.
I'm excited about the Crit.
I'm very excited about that. I think, honestly, Crit is a Southern Cole. Even though Cole is from the South, I think Crit is a more dark-skinned Cole. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. I can see that.
Wow.
Yeah. Thought-provoking records, but it's also going to be just jamming.
He got a catalog of Southern tunes to blend with Cole. Is, you know, he kind of... He got the east side of the Mississippi where if he want to go that way, he go to Atlanta, but he really got more East Coast New York. You know what I'm saying? That was his database, his library. So, yeah. Crick just got a good one. Now, he did a good job of blending Memphis, Texas, Mississippi sound. He the first. Yeah. He's the first and probably the only artist I've known in this new like post 90s, I don't know what you want to call that era, the Southern rap first generation, to really blend it all together. One person. I ain't never, I'm talking about, like, I miss Pimp C so much.
Yeah. He give you that Pimp C element.
Like, he give you that. He give you, I'm talking about to his core audience, he know that we want to hear that. Yeah. And I appreciate him for that because.
At first, I didn't like him because of that, though.
You thought he was doing it too much?
Yeah.
No, it was some people that actually made that saying, like, man, it sounds too much.
Kind of like.
Right, they was missing Pimp. They was missing the Pimp.
You know how somebody, you have people that are literally like, they feel like that sound is associated with that person. And so when you have somebody that's able to capture that, and the fact that you kind of liking it, because some people kind of were guilty, like, man,
it's kind of.
Well, that's what people do to me, man. When it comes to Kendrick Lamar, like people be like, it's my voice. I don't try to project my flaws.
That's
like
why
him.
I said, you know what I'm saying? Kendrick.
Yeah, a lot of people be like, yo, you sound like Kendrick, and I've even had people come on my comments and tell me, yeah, you're dope, but stop trying to sound like Kendrick. Like, when I see that, and that shit annoys me, because it's like, so you mean tell me I need to stop rapping with my voice? Because I only have one voice, you know what I'm saying? And Kendrick has a very raspy voice, and that's the tone of my voice. You know what I'm saying? So. That is just it. You can't change what you've been blessed with.
Tell them listen to the words next time, nigga, not my voice.
Right.
Yeah.
So what's next
Drop
for
us
you?
a clues bomb on that.
So what's next for you on the horizon, man? You know, like, and where can the people find the music, and also just let us know if you have anything upcoming dates or anything.
You got something like over there, right? Coming up, right?
Yeah, I have a show coming up February 1st. For Becky the Poet. Shout out to her for putting me on the set, but it's a venue, and it's called the Unspoken Showcase, and I'm performing Insecure, Mama You Did It, and Nappy Hit It Israelite with a live band.
And it's near us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Definitely gonna check that out.
Yeah.
And where you know the venue yet?
It's right. Literally, right.
It's
at Visual Art Studio.
But when it's closer to it, man, let us know, because that's most definitely I want to check it out.
Yeah,
man.
definitely gonna come through and show you some love.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I mean I've been practicing for that thing, and it's like I'm gonna leave it on this. A live band is way better than just having a sound recording.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you because hey, Negro Israelites, I want to hear that live. Like I really want to hear you.
Yeah, he said Negro Israelites.
He done changed the name.
It's all good, bro.
That's coming out next year. Negro Israelites coming out next year.
Man, I got something like that. It's called Nappy Headed though, but I got something like that.
But no, man. Thank you for stopping by, man.
Thank you, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
So you want to go end on this freestyle battle? I mean,
oh man, I'm sober too, bro. I can't freestyle with a real rapper right now, bro. Like I'm willing to put my hat in the ring, bro. But don't judge me.
You gonna have to come back.
Hey, no, I'm willing to put my hat in the ring right now, man. Don't judge me.
I don't know.
Ain't no hole in my blood.
What you got, Spider?
Oh shit, this gonna be interesting.
It's
gonna be interesting.
Niggas, fresh off of a nap. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sharp.
Let me hear you.
You know what I'm saying? I'm sharp.
Swinging through.
Hey, I might give them that East Coast flavor.
Already.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Might have to get in the bag. On my Meek style, hey man.
Oh man.
I need my Funk Flex, Marcus. You the Funk Flex tonight, bro?
Nah, man.
Man, come on, man. I need my hype, man.
Already, man. You gonna come through?
I'm gonna give him a quick 16.
All right,
Damn, you got 16
What you
bars?
got?
Okay.
What you
I don't know. I don't even know how 16 bars go.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wanna go first?
Oh shit, this is real hip hop.
Yeah.
Work time. You niggas know it's bedtime. Sleep on me, niggas wanna get it off the worst time. The worst grind. I'm from the ground, niggas off the block, off that south side. It's that H-Town player made. Nigga coming through like marmalade. If you gotta get that real slave. And my paint looking real glazed. If you niggas know it's real day, I leave your roads paved. Nigga, lay it down flat. If you get it down, nigga, coming down. Ain't no Debrat, niggas a Kimber's trash, nigga. I come up in your girl tracks, nigga, and get up on the back, nigga. Let it down, niggas off the slack, nigga. My people going left and the niggas going right, nigga. You get it off the top, nigga. Have your ass in the ass and the nigga off some corn liquor. If you want it, you can get it regardless. Niggas coming through looking down like heartless, no Lucci. Nigga coming down, do you love me? If she coming down, do she love me? You get it?
Yeah. Hey, Maximilian on the beat, yeah. Hey, Maximilian on the beat, 1, 2. Hey, drop us a clues bomb on this. Yeah, hey, yeah. See, I'm proud of myself and the man I become. In spite of my adversary, I still learn how to run, learn how to walk. Trust my God and pick up my cross. I ain't perfect, man, we out on winners. Word to my loss, the last chick that I've been fucking with, flicking me off. Said your rap shit is whack, get your ass a real job. You ain't big, nigga, Jigga Eyes or even Tupac. Flow was too off, your future I versus Lucas, so how do I live? I write for more than broken homes and empty projects. For any nigga who alone with no option, who play the guy but feel like he will never talk back. That feeling haunting, nigga just gotta chill. Yeah, okay, I just gotta chill. Yeah, okay, I just gotta chill. I'ma pass it back. Yeah, okay, I just gotta chill.
You can tell there's fucking levels to this shit. A real MC on the mic and he ripped it, so I nigga gotta follow. But my rhymes is never hollow. Nigga, you taller, you coming down, this is wallow. I give you a lot to swallow. No pauses. Niggas sit down with the crosses. If you got that money, regardless, I just dropped it in noises. I'll put your plug into that charge shit. And then they have to charge shit. Like a platinum card, niggas get it down, it coming hard. I rap that shit from soft to hard. Encrypted cards and niggas still 9 to 5 corporate rod.
Yeah, he said corporate where I'm going. He said corporate where I'm going. Yeah, he said corporate where I'm going. I'ma show you where I'm going. I said I was born in a family full of 6 different daddies and they split. Left the mama to herself, serving bacon, eggs, and grits. And regardless, she the shit, cause mama taught me hold my head. And when you walking in this world, show them who you represent. Young Prince, no Simba. My shit is not really hard code, not to remember. I got a good style like Coke is going around. And when I spit this shit, it's like hard shit. I don't really gotta say it like no awful. Maximilian on the beat, and I'm like a good star shining. Everything is like Coke when I get the lining. Freestyle off the beat, drop the bomb, like the clues. When you get this heat.
Y'all niggas.
Hey, man.
Like a real MC.
We vibing, man. We vibing.
Hey, the boy swapping pressing in the shower, I see.
Hey, man,
right,
I really do.
You had to get some steam off your chest. I see you. I hear you. I hear you. What's up, man? Well, we got to go.
This your boy Antoine the Source.
Man, this knowledge, man. Keep achieving out here.
It's your boy Flim. We out.
It's your boy Maximilian, man.
All right, man.
Man,
We out,
appreciate
man.
you.
Yeah, we appreciate you coming out. It's a dope interview, bro.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I appreciate that.
Hell yeah.
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 Okay, good. Hey, I love myself, my wealth is through my heritage.